This week on Glamsquad, we pay tribute to a well-deserving icon, the woman who became successful by speaking exactly what others were thinking, none other than Joan Rivers herself. Join us as we relive some of her greatest moments on TV. We also take a look at some runway to red carpet trends, plus a very informative chat with Villisca as they give us insight on the brand, the Wax Hollandaise story, and how to spot an authentic Villisca fabric. Enjoy.
Hello everyone, it's another fantastic episode of Glamsquad. Of course with me, Winika, Taufik, and a guest whose name I shall be revealing very shortly. In the industry, we recently lost an icon, Joan Rivers, as we all know her. Fantastic lady, dubbed by some as the Queen of Mean. Ooh. Not my words. But yeah, we'll see about that. So here today we have Sade Ladipo to help us go through this grief-stricken time, because it's very sad in the industry.
I miss her already.
I know. It was such a shock to hear that she was gone.
Sade is also known as the Queen of Mean.
Yes.
At some point in time.
Really? Are you horrible on radio or
she's
something?
looking all nice and pleasant right now, but we're yet to do the mean part of her.
I'm here to help you grieve through this time like the way Joan Rivers would want you to.
So Sade is a presenter or co-host of the show The Grapevine on Smooth FM. Hi Sade, welcome to Glamsquad.
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you so much.
Okay, so let's get down to business. Miss Joan Rivers, as she was known, or would have liked to have been known, or something, was born on the 8th of June as Joan Alexandra Molinsky. Her first husband, or her only husband, died. He committed suicide after her show got cancelled. There were quite a few problems. She was one of the first women, or she was the first woman to host late night talk TV in America. And she had a hugely successful show called The Joan Rivers Show that won her a daytime Emmy. And eventually, through all the productions, she eventually settled in and found her calling almost at the end of her life, sadly, with E's Popular Fashion Police, a show that, of course, inspires our show, Glamsquad. And so we're here today to pay tribute to this fantastic lady.
But you know, she was also a really very well-respected stand-up comic.
Absolutely.
Real pioneer
she
for
paved
women
the way for
comedians.
women in comedy.
Yeah.
She was one of the greatest. People like Carol Burnett, who's still alive, and so many others are like huge fans. Kathy Griffin are huge fans of her. You know, she's been all over the world. She's been everywhere. Everyone remembers her as that lady who always left you in stitches.
Without a doubt, I'm a huge fan of Joan because I say whatever I want. And you get to make a lot of enemies on the way. But it's such a refreshing feeling.
But in this side of the world and in this environment, how does that work out?
It's not a very good feeling. I don't have that many friends. I'm going to tell you free of charge. I've had people insult me over text messages, people who have accosted me in toilets and told me I don't want to ever hear you mention my name.
Nobody sets out to be mean, neither you nor Natasha. But sometimes some people are just begging for it.
Yes.
And like Joan will say, I'm saying what people are thinking.
Okay.
So let's go with that.
So let's see who's begging for it tonight.
Let's see who's begging for it tonight.
One of the best things I ever heard Joan say was when she talked about Justin Bieber. I love when she went in on Justin Bieber.
What did she say?
And she was like, Justin Bieber is a little lesbian girl. It's the daughter that Cher never had.
Oh my goodness.
And you know, that's Justin Bieber. You know, he's just like this little sprightly kid, you know, like a green carrot, just bopping along with that hair on his head, like pubic hair.
Shade, it's deeper. It's deeper.
How about you?
Well,
What do you have?
You know, I loved what she had to say about Jennifer Lawrence.
Okay.
I totally agreed. She said, it just dawned on me why Jennifer Lawrence fell on her way up to receive her Oscar. She fell on her own arrogance. And it's true.
Who says that?
Joan Rivers.
Do you think that Jennifer Lawrence is arrogant?
Very.
Yes.
She's just very smug.
I know.
I appreciate how confident she is. I'm proud of her.
She
She's
fell
a woman.
twice.
she just talks too much. She needs to focus on
Thank you.
where she's going.
She talks too way too
It's
much.
like, be quiet.
My favorite quote of Joan Rivers is from a 2011 interview with US Weekly's website. And she said of the former Friends star, Jennifer Aniston, "I'm so bored with her and her stupid movies. They're all the same. I don't know how they get financed."
No, but how does someone like Jennifer Aniston remain an A-list actor?
Because
She
she
owns
was
her
the
own production
ex-wife.
company.
She was also the ex-wife of
That's how.
So where's
So I need to
Jolie?
be an ex-wife to
Brad Pitt.
No, she owns
Yes,
her own production company.
if you were an ex-wife to Zeb Ejiro, Chikwe Ejiro, for that matter, any of their
amazing
matters, I believe that you could possibly score loads of roles.
No.
Exactly.
Okay.
Jennifer Lawrence, like I said, she owns her own production company. They produce the most amazing films.
But imagine if I were
12
Jim
Years a
Ike's.
Slave.
Imagine if I were Jim Ike's ex-wife.
Yes.
I would be getting roles left, right, and center.
Hey,
More than someone's
what's that
ex-wife.
word?
What else is she?
She was a star from Friends.
Okay, she was.
She really
Wait,
was. She was
wait.
bigger than Brad Pitt. I beg. She's a great woman. I love Jennifer Aniston.
You didn't add that
She's such a plain
everywhere.
actress, though.
Zaran, makeup specially formulated for the woman of color. SPF 30, lightweight formula, flawless natural finish. Perfect for any occasion. Zaran, redefining the essence of beauty.
Welcome back, everybody. If you are a regular on the show, then you realize that this is where we take runway to red carpet. This is where we see the runway look translated into real life. And first off, we do have Fade Ogunro in V-Label London Yellow Bond dress. Sorry?
I think the dress looks great. I mean, as long as Fanny doesn't show me her back, she's fantastic in anything she wears.
Oh,
She has
come
horrible,
on.
I don't know, her back is so unfit.
You have not seen her back. Let
Have
us
you seen
see.
her back before?
She's
I
not
have.
showing us her back.
That's what I'm saying. That's why she looks
There's
good.
only one question,
Hey.
Shadi. How did you see Fade's back?
She
Oh,
wore
well.
a dress for the elite runway show that showed her back, and I was like, Fade, no,
Okay.
never do that again.
But guess what, guys? Let's face the front that we're seeing right now.
I love her dress. I think it suits her perfectly. It suits her shape, and it covers everything while still being sexy. I love the color. It works with her skin.
Okay, sorry. Thank you very much.
Why are you hating on me? Because I like her outfit.
Yes. But this is where I need to hear Natasha. Okay, so
yeah,
Natasha.
It was just move on.
But guess what? And we're moving on to YJ.
This is
High five to Tash.
beautiful.
But you know, I heard YJ confess herself that she's a bit much of a busted woman.
That's not a confession. It's a fact.
It's a fact.
Well,
You
she's
can't
coming
deny
in
it.
well enough.
You
There's
cannot
nothing, but I
deny
don't
it.
think I don't think that there's anything wrong in showing a bit of titty, action every now and again. She does look nice in
I
this
know
dress.
you've done a bit of that.
Look at me,
Not
it's
now,
titty
not
action all day,
today.
every day. But I like the dress. If anything, I didn't really like the purse. I just thought it was too pedantic. It doesn't scream superstar.
No, the purse is very
Oh,
civilian.
Wunika, are you in love with the purse?
No,
too?
the purse is very
I was about to
civilian.
give you another
No,
purse
no.
Rajay.
The pink looks so good
It does
on her
look good on
skin.
her.
Look at
No,
that.
YJ has struggled with having to contain herself and her body, and she's gotten to that.
To be honest,
I actually think this outfit looks better on YJ than on the runway.
On the runway.
Anyways, now we have Eku Edewo.
Hanger. She's the kind of girl that whatever she wears, I've never seen her go wrong. I don't know who she is. I have no idea. I don't want to be a friend. So the outfit is clan, and it was showcased at the New York Fashion Week, I think. But it looks so different from how I see it on Eku. That's why
That is the joy of runway to red carpet. It's like you take an outfit off of the runway and you make it your own. Like you change it up if you have to. Sometimes you find a dress on the runway and it's got sleeves, and then someone puts it on the red carpet and it's sleeveless. It's the same dress, but it's altered to suit you.
But
So
I think we should still give Eku her credit.
Okay, and next up we do have
Angela Simmons
Simmons. Yeah, I know.
in clan.
In clan.
Clan, wow.
And guess who else was wearing clan or spotted in clan?
Zainab
Balogun.
in the lookbook.
Yes, in the lookbook.
Well, I think she looks great. Honestly, I like Zainab's version. I think maybe it's more dramatic. Well, I don't want to say Zainab's version. I want to say lookbook version.
Yes.
But it looks so dramatic and beautiful. But then I guess Angela's event didn't call for all that drama, but she still looks really gorgeous and she nailed it.
Hello and welcome back. This is a segment where we talk to people in the industry that really matter. So today is the Villisca Story. We have a representative from Villisca who's going to speak with us about the Villisca campaign here in Nigeria, some of the obstacles that they go through, some of their triumphs. Monique, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you come about working with Villisca?
Hello. As you said, my name is Monique Riskus, and I've been working for Villisca Group for about 7 years now. I started working for Villisca in the DRC, the DR Congo, as a country manager.
Okay.
Then a few years later, I moved to another position as group director for brand protection.
Oh, okay.
And that's why I'm here in Nigeria today.
So you carry all the knowledge of Villisca, so we're going to learn so much from you. You tell us in a nutshell what Villisca is and what you represent.
Villisca started in 1846, founded by a man called Peter van Vlissingen, and he created a company, made a company called Van Vlissingen & Co.
Okay.
And it was shortened Villisca.
Exactly.
It was in the year 1846.
Okay.
At that time, they were creating, producing fabric based on the batik process. With wax. It was for the Indonesian market.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's an interesting fact.
Then after a few years, the market was available for Africa,
right,
and introduced the product to Africa with special designs and colors to fit the African market.
Now, the word that everyone knows first thing that comes to your mind when you mention Villisca is wax Hollandaise. Did I say that right?
Exactly. It's
yes.
Wax in French. It's a French word, wax hollandais, meaning Dutch wax.
Okay.
Came from its origin, Holland.
Right.
So we call it wax hollandais.
I'll say wax Hollandais.
Yeah. When you say wax hollandais, you mean Villisca fabric.
So how can you tell an original wax Hollandais? Because that's it's specific to Villisca. There's no other. You know, when you say wax Hollandais, everyone knows you're talking about Villisca. So how can you tell an original?
First, you look at, see here we have a nice, beautiful fabric.
This.
You first look at the sun. That's
okay. The logo.
The sun that has the VVH logo on it. Then another one that's really easy is through the number. Here you see there's always Villisca product always carry
really?
a design number on the selvage that must always match the number that is on the label. So these are two easy and quick ways to recognize a real from.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, did you hear what Monique just let us know? There's always an individual number to every fabric that should match the number on the.
Exactly.
That's
exactly.
That's smart. It's easy enough.
That's a very easy one.
Yes, I can imagine that counterfeit products are probably one of the major concerns for Villisca. The fabric is so popular in West and Central Africa.
We are launching that campaign to empower consumer, as we received concern from consumer who are confronted to copies and counterfeit products and bearing our trademarks and logo. Right. Not only our designs, but also our trademarks and logo on it. So that is making life very difficult for a good faith consumer who really wants to get a Villisca product to a point of sale. So that is quite important for the consumer to know how to differentiate real from fake. Each Villisca design has copyright, and each Villisca design is protected.
Right.
It is not only a piece of fabric. Villisca is a real work of art.
Right.
Each design goes through a process, very long process for it to be developed and to mature, bearing Villisca signature on it.
Right.
So for a design to be on the design board, it takes about 6 weeks for a designer to finish, to complete its design. So it's a real work of art that has copyright and is protected in the country, in the consumption countries in Africa. So it has intellectual property, and the design belongs to Villisca, exclusively to Villisca. And in order to use a particular design, you have to have need to have authorization, permission from Villisca for you to reproduce it, or to do a line of clothing. Normally you should, but here we want to talk about intellectual property. Villisca is the only right holder of Villisca design and trademarks.
And like you touched on, your fabrics are always like a piece of art. Even some of the vintage fabrics from back in the day, I remember my mom, you know, some of the amazing outfits she would make in the vibrant colors. You can always tell a Villisca fabric from the colors. Do you do something to them? They're always richer and bolder and deeper. Do you have any, I'm sure there's some kind of secret you guys have over there in terms of color.
Yes, of course. We do have a department, a special department where we create our own colors. We create our own tones, and combination of colors are all conceived by Villisca. Right. So where we have a beautiful piece of cotton, we do place the colors. First, we place them in both ways. Okay. Yes, and
so you print on both sides.
We print on both sides, right. And we place colors on both sides. Okay. So we also do have a technique where we place colors shade after another one. It's called superposition in French. So that gives a specific, very strong color that nobody can ever match, because it's quite specific and quite technical.
So Nigeria, like you said, is one of your largest markets where we consume a lot of Villisca over here. Yes. We only use the best.
Yes.
So where can we find authentic Villisca fabrics?
The first thing I want to say when it comes to finding an authentic is to bring awareness to consumer that they can find a Villisca design and a Villisca logo together. So when a consumer finds a Villisca design and a logo, he must check the authentication points we will explain, but that exists, so he must be very careful, and those authentic, original Villisca product can be found to dedicated shops.
Right.
Yes, you find a special logo outside, and you will find a dedicated shops, and the addresses are being communicated by our teams and on the brochures. But we do have in Nigeria
designated
and dedicated
vendors where you can
exactly. Whenever Villisca products arrive into the country, for example, our collections that reach our countries every quarter, whenever the products arrive in the countries for distribution, it provokes emotion to our consumers' hearts, and they baptize our designs, they give it names to express not only the emotion, but sometimes special events, cultural events that happen at that particular moment. And it is also a silent way of communicating, of sending a message. Villisca is closely linked to the culture of African consumer. I'll just give an example. The fabric I'm wearing, the design I'm wearing,
is so beautiful.
It is called in French, tu sors, je sors, meaning a woman will wear it, telling her husband, now if you go out, I will also go out. So it's a bird in a cage, and then the bird leaves the cage, saying, if you go out, I will go out. I will not be closed in a cage anymore.
What
I will leave.
Woman empowerment statement you're wearing.
Exactly, exactly. It is saying to her husband, well, don't go out, or let's go out together, but don't go out alone.
I love this. I love how each of the fabrics has its own story. And throughout the years, these stories develop meanings in all of the consumers' lives, and it's almost like, almost like a piece of art that you wear every single day. And it's amazing, and it's great what you continue to do in West Africa and Central Africa and all over the world. Well, Monique, thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure speaking with you today.
Thank you.
Yeah, hopefully you can come back on the show, and we can look at some, Villisca fashions here in Lagos.
Villisca, the true original since 1846.
We have two ladies, two ladies who are going to be looking at their outfits, and it's simply a case of, what were you thinking? Why did you do it? Why?
How dare you? Not only you, Waka come.
I know.
Why? So first up, we have Rita Ora.
Rita Rita Ora dress is horrible. I don't understand it. Okay, let me not say it's horrible. I don't understand it.
There was just too much going on.
Exactly. I think it's just a huge case of like miscommunication between designer,
just was not
sketch artist,
whatever.
tailor,
Just done
model.
it without
Everyone got different memos on the outfit, and everyone brought their input to the outfit, and that was the result.
I think Rita Ora's therapist also was involved in the making.
Absolutely involved. Absolutely.
You have bad mouth, though.
No, but it's true though. It's not bad mouth, it's what it is.
And while my co-hosts argue, we're moving on to the next person, who would be Nancy of Iconic in Vanity, in one of Iconic in Vanity's most hideous pieces ever.
It's true.
Even I don't know anything about fashion, I don't think I would be caught dead.
It's absolutely obvious to me that the fabrics have been used the wrong way around. The lower bit of fabric is the softer sheen one. It should have been on the top. And the one that's holding her bust should have been the one on the bottom of the dress.
I know what happened. When she made this outfit, right, that was the week she made an outfit for Eloho.
Okay.
At the Elite. So she didn't have enough fabric after making for Eloho. So she was left to just make this outfit for herself.
I see.
Zaran. Makeup specially formulated for the woman of color. SPF 30. Lightweight formula. Flawless natural finish. Perfect for any occasion. Zaran, redefining the essence of beauty.
So we're at the final bit of the show where everyone chooses their best dress and their worst dress. And I'm going to start with you, Taufik, to give me your best dress from the show.
My best, which is probably not the best of the evening, is going to be YJ.
Ooh.
Simply
How can you give with one hand and take back with the other?
Wait. You know, for me, YJ has come a long way.
Yeah.
She's been able, it's not about how you are. God made you how you are. You have no choice in that. It's how you now package yourself. She's put herself in that little nice pink dress.
Okay.
And her hair all well done and everything. She's so marketable, and I see her and I see this is YJ, and I appreciate where she's coming from or where she's come from. And yes, tonight I would give it to her.
All about one. Okay.
Yes.
And Shade, you?
Of course. My best is the clan dress worn by Zainab Balogun. I prefer it in the lookbook.
Exactly.
The lookbook version.
The lookbook version for me worked.
Yeah.
I mean, but they were very similar. But I think the way it was styled is what made it more striking for me.
And you
I would wear that
almost
kind of
all
dress.
over the place.
I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Winika?
My best dress is Miss YJ. I
Okay.
love that pink. Her skin looks amazing.
You didn't go for Spade?
Friday was honorable mention, Trick.
Okay.
But YJ, but YJ stole my heart. She's so graceful and she's a beautiful person inside and out.
Okay, and we'll give you a bracelet to give YJ later. Okay, and then we're going to have...
Yours.
Oh, I get to say mine. Oh yeah, Angela Simmons.
Okay, in
Oh,
the
you
same clan
preferred
dress.
Yeah, I did like it. I thought it was so simple and
I
just
did
so
like it on
beautiful.
Angela, but then again, it's
Yeah. It's my opinion. Thank you very much. Okay. Yeah, then the worst. Let's go.
Rita Ora.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't her wedding day and it wasn't her wedding dress. She didn't need to have the trail. If she had left it at the ballerina instead of fluff, that would have worked. But no, they didn't give them a length limitation. She left it there.
I love
and she's
Rita,
young.
though.
She's youthful.
She's fun.
Fun.
She's
and
fun.
that was what that said till she had the long thing that had to come along.
Okay.
No,
That's
not
Shade?
for me.
That dress was like a divorce dress.
Which one?
Ora's dress. Is that your worst?
Exactly.
No, my worst actually is Paddy's dress.
Oh.
I didn't understand. First of all, the color. Ew.
Okay.
Then the fit. It's,
She took
It
it
felt
from
like she was gonna
runway
fly.
now. She took it from
I mean,
runway.
the truth is, you have to give it to anyone who can take a dress from the runway and take it onto the red carpet. It takes a lot of courage. I cannot even do it. So I give her credit for trying. But I don't think
But you give her pass for failing.
I know, I'll give her maybe a piece.
Wait, her wings didn't carry her, Abby. The wings on the shoulder.
Those two, I don't know.
No,
Winika.
the wings didn't carry her.
Well, I know my worst dress was Jennifer Lawrence in that Oscar dress. I didn't like it. She looked like a poisonous mushroom to me. And she fell.
Oops.
But she did win an Academy Award.
So,
hollow.
Yeah, good on her.
But I hated that dress.
Okay.
It's so silly.
and my worst, I mean, if you didn't know, now you know, it was Nancy in Iconic in Vanity, no less.
In herself.
Yeah, Nancy and Nancy. Because I just thought it was awful. You know, I have large hips and I kind of know what kind of fabrics to play with when you're trying to achieve something like this. And I know absolutely that I would never stand to let anyone put me in that fabric on my lower half. Absolutely not. It has to fit, it has to be snug, there has to be some stretch in there, or that thing has to bind me like a mummy. And it just didn't do any of that for her.
Yes.
I just thought that she was trying to be adventurous in a place where she had no lifeboat. There was no lifeguard, there was no lifeboat, there were no floaters. Come on now, that's a risk.
now.
And then her hair, she looked like something out of some 1940s movie. So thank you, Hotel Ikoyi Westwood. Thank you everyone for joining us and tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Remember, the Glamsquad is always watching you. Bye.
Bye.